A very good morning to each one of you present here on this auspicious morning. I welcome you all to Skilling on Saturdays. And today we have with us our guest speaker, Anujja Marwwaha, and she's a career strategist as well as global IT service head. She's a visionary leader with 25 years of experience transforming business through digital innovation. That's just one chapter of her story. And she also wears a second hat as an internationally certified career coach and mentor, a digital career catalyst for India's next generation, with parents and educators as her co partners. So she has been building Ascent Career Compass, a simple framework for fulfilling careers, and her tagline is Ignite Desires, Influence Destiny. So from cooperation strategy to career strategies, let's hear uh, from Anujja herself. Welcome, Anujja, to Skilling on Saturdays with the topic Boardroom Decoded, Rise to Power, Exit with Purpose. Welcome, Anujja.
Thank you so much, Shivani, for a wonderful introduction for myself. Okay, first, I definitely want to thank the entire audience who has taken out time on the Saturday, which is specifically the holiday Saturday. If I have to say, especially if I talk about Mumbai, that's a Ganpati festival, so completely a festive mood over here. So
Right.
I think I will try my best. It is a 60-minute session, so I'll try my best to make it as worth to the whole of the public here. As well as I want to thank Shivani to give me an opportunity so that I can present my story to be very precise how this whole journey went through, and that's what exactly is this topic is all about. So let's get started with this at my request.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. One introduction you have already heard from Shivani about me, but normally I introduce not formally that you will get to know more about it, how this journey went through. This is what the presentation is, but I actually give my introduction more about my value system. So who am I is more of a purpose-driven, freedom-mind person and completely a growth mindset I carry. That's how I define myself. When I say purpose, so normally that's consciously I do it. Whatever actions I take, there is a why is very clear to me for myself. And freedom is that I normally try and do whatever I want to do rather than getting bounded by what others will think about it. And growth mindset, and that thing that's a need of the market. So we, anyways, have to be in the mode of learning all the time. And I feel myself always student, although I teach with students more, but myself learn a lot from them as well. So I think that's who I am. Coming on to you, it is a 60-minute session, and obviously we have all spending time. So just make a little more focus here and make it a lot of interactive one because the topic is heavy one. We are talking about boardrooms, then how the transitions happen and all. So I request all of you guys to be open with your chat window and then keep interacting as the questions come in so that I can understand the curiosity and the mindset and can make the delivery best for you guys. Now, obviously, many learnings will be there. If you want to take the notes, feel free to do that. I'll try to finish the session as I'm trying to promise, though it is going to be a bigger one. Normally, this sessions I take in 2 days with 2 hours and all, but I shorten off for a 1 hour session here. So I'll try to complete by 50, and then 10 minutes we'll keep for the question and answer at the end. So just hold on to your curiosities, just interact on the questions that comes in, but rest curiosity will cover at the last. Okay, let me understand my audience here. I think Shivani has already told that which locations and all. Help me understand my audience. So any one of you who has seen my video of introduction, say yes, no. Have you seen the introduction video from my side? Quickly, guys, if you can be open on the chat, that will be perfect for me to know you guys. And Shivani, I can see the chat from the get. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Jagriti. And guys, if you are on the phone as well taking up the call, just open the chat window. That'll be easy. That'll make the mood really going up all time. Perfect. I think few people have seen it. I'm hoping others have seen it. Anybody who has seen it, any single word which you can remember which resonates, or maybe you find it really happening for you in this video. Any words if you remember? Okay, I don't want to take a test. That's perfectly fine. Just wanted to build up that curiosity. Just be more active. Uh, quickly, if I normally demand a lot of attention, so guys, please help me with that. So quickly, let me understand this audience. Hoping all are kind of professionals. Are you guys into the early professional stage, mid-year level, or in the top tier already, or maybe have entered the board? Just type in EMT or a board B, whatever stage you guys are into, so that I can understand exactly what your purpose and the intention to join this session. Okay, I can see M, most of the things normally it happens. So we have a middle level audience more here. Okay, sounds perfectly good. Let me ask you now to understand you guys. What do you think? Do you think the boardroom is the real ultimate success and the reward for you? And that's where you will get the entire freedom? Is that what you think about? No? Okay, sounds good. Anybody else who think that the boardroom is the ultimate success? Okay, sounds good. Guys, interact, that will be helpful. Okay. Okay. So you people are not dying to be part of a boardroom, huh? Mostly the mid-career professionals are. I was in that race for sure. Oh, sounds good. Yeah, this is interesting. No, not at all. Okay. Okay, sounds good. But yes, I was more of expecting. So obviously, if you understand the boardrooms, it is may not be you are dreaming it for, but then if it asks for the promise, yes, it will give a power, freedom, control, lot of status, fame, and everything. But then end of the day, it also have a lot much related to. Let me. I think this window I have to. Okay, yeah. Now I'm able to do it. Yeah. But yes, it is a lot of pressure, lot of insecurity, lot of loneliness that comes into picture. You have a freedom to take the decision, freedom of your own self. Somewhere get lost. That's how the both things are there. Good if you are not dreaming for it. That's good enough. But yes, I think mostly middle career people go for it. Have you ever thought about it that you are climbing the mountain and somewhere you felt all the struggles, but when you reach it, then it is breathless altogether. You're not able to breathe it. Imagine that. And that exactly what when we talk about the corporate ladder, we talk about dealing with the boardroom is how it is. Mostly the mid-career professionals I have seen, they want to climb fast. They are fueled with ambitions. They want to see the peak as the power for them as a board seat, or maybe a middle management. Okay, let me tell you, not about the boardroom, but yes, you want to get into the C-suite and the top management. Okay. Okay, I see some yeses are there. So anybody who's in a middle management, even not board, obviously the purpose is to move to the C-suite, purpose is to move to the top management, right? May not be think about the boardroom so far, because even above the top management, there are the boardrooms, what I'm talking about a lot here, going to see what exactly if you are really doing it. Okay, thank you, Gaurav. I see it's a C-suite, which is a top management. Okay. So basically, we are fully fueled up. You all agree? That's what we think about it. But then I'm just trying to say, definitely we should be fueled up. We should be climbing. We should have the dreams to go to the peak. But then let's understand, just not prepare for climbing it up, but prepare to sustain over there. That's going to be a bigger difficulty also. So prepare yourself from those struggle as well. As you reach there, it will be lot much of loneliness, lot of disruptions, lot of tough decisions you have to take it, and at times it is actually taking decision which is not going to the vision. Okay, and but more towards you are losing your own self at times. So those are the hard truths also are there. So my message over here in this particular thing is climbing will be a struggle, but then staying there will be even a bigger struggle. So prepare yourself to breathe after you reach it, not just because just for a climbing of it. That will be tough itself. So there is a strategy to go for it. So everybody ready? So keep having some answers over the chat to say, are you ready to see what is required to be ready for it? Okay, sounds good. Okay. Let me ask one more questions to see if we have audience like this, because I've seen a lot of I don't see that as an ultimate success for them. So who are the people who think that they really wanted to have their own creation, and even if they have reached a climb, but I don't think so I've heard anybody or already at a boardroom or a C-suite here, they feel that they want to create their own things, they want to drive their passion, they want to have the legacy, and they understand the gig economy which is coming up really fast rapidly. So who are the people into this zone? Just say me in the chat box. Okay, sounds good. Keep pumping in your answers, guys. That motivates me to be in the mornings as well with you, and so will be for us. Okay. So let me tell you, if you are already in that zone thinking about it, that independence and the freedom much more beyond the politics and the corporate life, you are really a good news for you guys, if I have to say it in short, because market is shifting exactly like this. The gig economy is going where the independent and self-driven careers are being there. And trust me, I deal with students a lot. So Gen Z is already picking that thread. I have a lot of examples. I'm not going to cover here because everybody at a middle level and all has to make it more adaptable to this. One, definitely market is going that should be the case. We should think about it. Other than that, there are some realities also, some harsh realities also being hit, which are some realities which is being created by us only. There are some force also. When we talk about us, definitely at times it is too much of a silent war which happens behind the doors, which makes you lose your own identity. You feel lost in the talk, and a lot of insecurity comes into place. Dealing with that becomes a difficulty at times, and you feel lost in that sense. You want to come out of it. So at times you have already played that role so much that you want to come out of that power to the peace. Things that do happens, and many a times it also happens that rather than leading, you get to a more of a preaching, which definitely a role which we have to play as we go to the boardroom or beyond the middle management. But then we totally get into a teaching mode. Then these are the realities that makes people come out anyways. But there are some harsh forced realities also come into picture. At times you becomes too good, too intelligent, and all people start fearing. There is a cultural hit also happens. Your value system is not matching with the organization because you think differently, and that happens a lot to the people. There are, I'm sure, these days lot much of firing happenings. That is because of the new structure, new vision, transitions are coming, lot much of a transformation, digital things are coming, which is making it as let's push it out. So those are the things, and there are multiple reasons that comes into picture. So that also happens. So end of the day, that independent and I'm not saying that the boardroom is bad or something, but good. Thank you, Sneha. Yes, really want to make your own brand, your own presence rather than working for the organization do comes into picture. There is a cultural hit also happens. So basically, adapt to that realities as well, because market is anyways shifting. There are harsh realities, your own inner realities are there in place. So with this, let me get started. This is what I could understand the mood of going to cover today. Divide we are left with. Okay, good. We are not too bad in the shape of the time. So in next 40 minutes or so, I'll try to cover the 3 episode, I'll call it as. The first is then, what is the corporate race is all about? How you want to prepare boardroom, but yes, if you have to move further as well, that's what how you prepare yourself with. Second is that if you feel there is a own thing which is coming into picture, as we spoke in the last slide, what is the strategy to shift the gears and reposition yourself and transition to your independent phase. And the third is that independence phase is also okay. Thinking about is be ready for it is a different thing, but then gaining that exactly the same wealth with the purpose and the peace is another journey. So basically, from a corporate rose to the success of independence is what this journey will talk about in this session today. Let's get started. Give me yes, ready on the chat board with R. Guys, you all are ready to start this journey with me here? Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Rakesh, Dr. Rakesh. I think that's really beautiful of you. At least you are responding all through. Thank you, Prithvi. Good, good. Let's get started with real reality. So normally when I start about it, it is like being a part of a corporate world so many years, and now in the boardroom, obviously it becomes difficult without the statistics. So let's start with little harsh statistics first. It talks about it, most of the middle management, though here I see a different case altogether. Most of the middle management tried to have it more from a perspective like 70% of people really wanted to acquire the boardroom seat. But actually, only 10%, 1 out of 10 can actually, irony is that, able to make it. Even if they are able to make it, I think tenure is not beyond 5. I think these are numbers are a little lesser because now the word is changing. I'll talk about it in the coming slides. So it's growing up with a different way of a boardroom. But yes, whatever it comes in, it is the tenure at a CXO level becomes really lesser. And unfortunately, even if we are able to make it, 50% of that are being forced out, burnt out, or maybe they have learned out something else. So that do happens. And whosoever stays it, I think there is a lot much we hear about the declining of mental health, as well as since the disruption and digital marketing is on the game. Many of the CEOs and all, because they are old guys and all, they fear that change, that displacements and all those things. So they are more into the survival mode. So that's how uh, the statistics are working around. But the good news is that the shifts are coming up pretty well. So nothing to worry, to be very precise, if I have to say that. So rather than survival, now they are shifting the speed in the boardroom. No more, I think earlier, I think it was really numbers that diversity, candidate, male dominance was there. And I'm really sorry for the male, but that's what the reality is. But then the diversity, digital thing, technical, mostly the financial people used to be in the boardroom. But then now with the global market trends and everything, because no more of a restriction of the boardroom being the closed groups, it is emerging like anything, and the new leaders are coming, and that's why that 5 years and all, because many new leaders becomes faster into the growth. So for us, exactly, if I talk about, if we are thinking to grow up more, this is the time. And then I will talk about many other ways, not just a CXO but a part of one organization. There could be other ways to be in this particular role. So which is what is driving. And the most important thing is cross pollination is happening a lot. So a person in a pharma can be a person in a pharma can be a tech team, or a tech leader can be a part of any board from a financial perspective. So that cross pollination help us really grow as in using our expertise in a different boards. That's what the trend is going for us. So this is the right time to really make your journey more powerful. So other than the negative things, this is how the world is changing. Let's talk about it already. What are the key skills that comes into picture? Keep on saying our guys on the room. That will help me energize with what all is needed to be fulfilled in this particular meeting. Okay, sounds good, Rakesh. Thank you so much. Okay, I think lot much than the hard skill. Hard skill are also very different, not the number game. We'll talk about it, but soft skills are much needed in this particular room. So one important thing is that obviously we have to be in adaptable mode for together for all the shifting, the decisions that abrupt decisions actually happen. You think tomorrow something, and the new vision, new strategy comes up immediately. Yesterday you thought something, and tomorrow it comes as a different thing. So adaptability is very important. Other than that, resilience is the very key important thing, because it's a big silent fights that happens behind the doors. So that's important. Plus you have to be strong enough to feel, manage your emotions. Emotional intelligence becomes very important to deal with the insecurities and fears of replacement that happens. Tough decisions also need a lot of courage to do it, because iterations you yourself have to take those decisions. Other than collaborations, which is definitely is the case, everybody would have heard, but the collaborations also have a lot of competition to it. So sharper knives are there. So these are the key things when it comes to emotions. Dealing with emotions, adaptability, and insecurity is the key. Hard skill are also very difficult, different than the normals. So it's not about the quarter numbers, revenues only, but it is more about the geopolitical awareness, the complete market awareness, how the market shifts are happening, what is the competitor doing, how to do the number game as the market thing, not just the number game for your own company. Along with that, I think tech is going everywhere. So alignment between tech and the business is important, so that the different policies and the procedures can be automated, plus being built as a vision for the growth of the company. And it's definitely is very fulfilling and satisfaction, because you are shaping the future of the business itself. So lot of contribution, you feel it, but end of the day we also heard about the price which we have to do it though. So the climb is hard for sure, and very political, but then if you have a wisdom, you try to position us really right at the right time, the opportunities are much bigger than ever, as I spoke in the previous slide. Now few tips I want to say. I will definitely, the tips of the boardrooms are, I'd normally divide into three parts. One is the business outcome. As I spoke, it is not only the revenue and the numbers which we always speak about it, but it is all about the governance. It is all about what is in the market, how to build the policies, how to break the policies, how to create the procedures, which is more visionary and strategic. More than that, when it comes to a complex thing, so very strong metaphors make it simplify. Like data is the backbone for our industry. Uh, how to survive in the industries with the digital transformation. So digital is the game for the customer thing. So these are the key metaphors which gives the direction to the entire top management leaders to define the data strategy, define the customer satisfaction strategies, the innovation scores. So all these things and the matrices get built from these small metaphors itself. Obviously the questions has to be very much not a generic questions that how will you change these numbers, how will you increase the market share, but it is more about, like one of the example I myself heard about it, how to become a Netflix for your industry, how to build this particular industry from the digital, not just from a digital, but when we talk about the sales prediction side of it. So those kind of questions are very critical when we talk and sit in the boardroom. And any decisions and anything that happens in the board is actually being decided long before that. And that is why the second set for me is people and alliances, which is important. So talk about this, understand the moods and the things, real pains within the board, which we have to take a decision beforehand. Plus, take your decision strongly, but be open for the challenges, be open to recreate it and co-create it with others. So that's how the real body game and the things are requiring. No. Okay. So this is Mohan. So generally speaking, boats are driven by profit motive, forgetting that profit. Yes. Okay. I'm not able to get you, but yes, it is profit game, but it is more beyond the profit game, about the governance and building up those profit games as well. How to, which is the profit, the meaning of profit also being discussed when it comes to a boardroom. Hope I'm able to do it, but otherwise, Mohan, I'll take the questions at the end. And the third important thing for me is obviously the regular rituals are important. And those rituals is around, again, policies and governance and the matrices about it, not just the margins and the growth, which definitely is there, but more of influential kind of discussions where you talk about more of how the customer experience we can grow. What is, do we need to set up any centered for a customer experience or an innovative scores? So those regular rituals related to the customer experience and all those things are very, very important. Other than the number game. That's how we deal with this. Okay, now with these things, let me understand a little more about my audience here. If after now with these few of the things, obviously these are very short and a quick one steps which I'm trying to give it. What do you think as a boardroom or maybe a top management C-suite kind of a thing? Do you think it as an opportunity, or do you really start feeling the price of power, or you feel it really satisfactory to you? Where, in which zone you currently are, O, P, or L? Let me have a quick interactions, guys, on the mood. Quickly, OPL. What do you think as of today? Okay, sounds good. Keep pumping in.
Can we have two opportunities, like it's two options,
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
and O and P? That's what.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. Nothing is right and wrong. It is more of questions which I'm trying to say to know yourself, because that's what exactly the game is all about, what I deal with. So when we are talking of opportunities, if you guys are thinking about it, for sure you have a lot of hunger to go up, lot of ambitions to climb up. But yes, when you have started thinking, you are actually started feeling the cost of it, which is good. That is the purpose. I wanted to have that. Just be prepared for that also. That is important. And if you are the rarest, you are feeling already satisfied about it, which means that you have learned to balance both of the things. I think I did not hear any S. So definitely that is the mode you slowly, gradually you get into it. That comes in for sure if you want to play that game. So with this, we spoke lot many on the first chapter. What is the boardroom? Very small snippets though. But I want to now move into the second episode, the transition phase. Quickly, guys, all you guys are ready to get to the second episode of this particular chapter? Already, okay. Let's get started. Let me put some key things. Anything if you want to highlight. I'll put in most of the question, but anything which you want to put as your anxiety as of today as a part of it, because I know all of you guys are professional, either into middle management or above or something. Uh, any excitement you want to highlight? What's going on right now in your journey of corporate world? I know it's a tough question. Just think through it. You are happy to share it on the chat board, or maybe you want to say yes. He got off.
Yes, hi.
Maybe-
Yes, Anuja, hi. Okay.
Hi.
So for me, it is like knowing the other functions also, not to be only SME. If you are into, say, sales, you should know about what is going on environment sustainability side also, what is going on AI side also. So, like example, boardroom member cannot be specialist of one. So they should
Right.
be have the good trends awareness, intelligence, what is going on the market, and they should have their views, and they should have the skill set of the asking the right question in the boardroom. As you said very rightly, that silent war also goes on. So are you making your enemies for difficult for you as a board member also? So
Yeah. So that's a key anxiety for you. Good.
yeah.
AI is a present, definitely is an anxiety. So So basically, that's one anxiety. Definitely, I want to talk about it. But let's talk about some signs of burnout. And or if you are moving into a mode, I think here the mood is more towards the climbing up. But I'm getting into a little more transition word because that's what the market is also demanding. And if you want to get to that, so anywhere, any one of you feeling that somewhere it is too much of a burnout stage, which is slipping your health or shrinking the family time, or you are feeling that whatever decisions you are taking are not to your value system or not aligned to the visions, a lot of risk you feel above you. So, uh, any that mode you are doing it, or you have already reached to the stage where you want to do the leadership with more of a preaching than leading kind of stage you have created, get into, or you are into emotional state of doing something creative, doing something re-event for something for you guys. So any of these modes, if you have yeses more in this, just say yes. Y is more than N for you guys in this particular stage. Sometimes, okay. So, Suman, what I'm trying to say is that are you feeling these things? Are you feeling that there is you are slipping with your health, or your time for the family is shrinking a lot, or you fear to take decisions? I'm not too sure. Suman, if you want to speak out, what mixed language you are talking about?
मैम थोड़ा हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स करके बोलिए ना, आप इतना सुपर इंग्लिश बोल रहे हो कि हम लोग के माइंड से फ्लो कर जा रहा है।
Acha. Okay. Are you guys okay to if I flip into Hindi? I don't mind doing that.
नहीं, आप इंग्लिश बोलिए, पर थोड़ा सा जैसे नहीं बोलते एज ए समरी एक वाक्य हिंदी का जोड़ देते तो हम लोग वो चीज को पचा पाते।
अच्छा ठीक है जी। ओके, व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज आपको टाइम का शॉर्टेज, आपकी हेल्थ डिटोरेट होते हुए दिख रही है, या फिर आपको डिसीजंस ऐसे लेने पड़ रहे हैं ऑफिस में बैठ करके वेयर यू आर नॉट फीलिंग इट लाइक आई एम डिफरेंट बट आई हैव टू टेक दिस डिसीजन बिकॉज आई हैव टू टेक दिस, समबडी इज फोर्सिंग यू टू डू इट, इट्स मोर ऑफ अ फियर रादर देन व्हाट यू वांट टू डू इट। एंड और मे बी हैव रीच द स्टेज जहाँ पे आपको लोगों को ज्ञान देना ज्यादा पसंद आ रहा है रादर देन लीडिंग देम, and you want to do something which is completely different for you, something beyond what you are doing it today, reinvent your whole game. ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है, ज्यादा yeses हैं तो say yes. If you are feeling it's not, then it's fine. So
नहीं नहीं,
anybody who's feeling yes in that.
थोड़ा डिफिकल्टीज रहती है सर मैम प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में।
Okay, so it is yes coming for a few of them. So basically, these are the burnout symbols. There are something which is like, especially the yellow ones, which means you are more towards the transition phase. So these are some of the signs that comes into place. And when you get into more pressure work, and Gaurav, since you specifically spoke about that, these language where you center into the C-suite rule and get into the board where whole of the people are talking about the completely different language, that pressure comes in, and many a time decisions are not what we really mean to take it. So in that things, these signs comes into picture. So if you are anywhere in these particular mode, definitely. Now I'm going to reveal some how to deal with these vulnerabilities as well. Are you guys want to hear that? If you are feeling this, how to break this through? And obviously I'm more towards the transition phase, so you can understand I'll more talk about it, not to hide it, not to mask behind it. Don't acceptance is the most important thing. So don't hide yourself, your burnouts and all with the brilliance what you carry for sure. Don't actually at times there is a survival fear is also there behind the strategy. Don't help hide it. I'm not talking about to say it on the public, but at least to yourself accept that that is the most important and critical stage. Many a time it is an inner calling behind the power game which you are playing. So don't suppress. That is what my advice to deal with these vulnerabilities are. So align with your real, align with yourself, align with what next you can do to deal with it. And that's what exactly the further presentations will go through. So let's understand from this what are the statistics in the boardroom and what all else we can do within the boardroom and beyond the boardrooms. Keep saying are ready for the next slide because I'm moving very fast here because of the time crunch I have for the big presentation. Okay. So we spoke about the gig economy. Again, it's growing up pretty high with 20 to 30% of speed. And trust me, 5 years back, it was 6 to 7 million we are talking about. Now we are talking about in billions of 500 billions by 2025. Actually, the number is 455, and by 26, it will be even bigger as a market for gig economy. And Gen Z, forget about it, they were not going to live with one title anyways. So that's how the gig economy is talking about. So other than the complete shifting into a business, what else is there as executive roles which we can play? There is an independent directorship which has come into picture. Board advisors are also there, fractional CEO, CFOs. There are a lot many examples of CFOs which are there already now with 3 mid-sized company they are doing as a fractional CFO role. That's happened. Even CHRO, the HR and finance people have taken the lead over there as well. So they are just doing the advisory as well as then the corporate governance things as well for the board. So angel investor, we have seen the Shark Tank. That's happened another way of getting into executive modes. Other than that, obviously you can monetize your knowledge and skills. So this is how you can reinvent yourself if you are feeling as into a transformative mode or transition mode. And need not have to be completely stick to the one particular organization and a CXO role. So that's what is the economy we are talking about. The future is coming through. So obviously your knowledge, you can definitely use it for as a consultant, mentor, coach, as advisor, and multiple income stream can be there. We'll talk about that also some in further slides, but this is what exactly what can happen beyond boardrooms of one single company. This is growing up very fast. So let's talk about some statistics around the numbers as well. Yes, corporate social responsibility. So statistics, let's talk about some number games there here also. Definitely the salaries. This is also kind of average it out because they're mid-size, big MNCs and all completing. So this is what the salaries comes into picture. But when you come into the advisor or fractional CXO roles or independent directorships comes into picture. One is that you can be in a multiple places, though in independent directorship, you have some limits and some governance policies that comes into picture. And obviously you cannot, you have maybe 20 you can be as an eligibility, but then that's not practically possible. If you do even 2 or 3 also like this as an independent one, definitely you'll cross the salaries what today as a one single CXO in a company you do it. When it comes to a knowledge-based business or making some IP or product kind of a thing, a digital product or something, that also annually it's globally it could be one as a global reach and it can go to the salary much beyond what we are talking about any CXO. And obviously entrepreneurship is a big high risk game, but if you do it smartly with the right people and mentor around it, top funds also rally at a 10x level. And these are the real stories. I'm not talking about it and know people which are already doing these things. Definitely, few things which I want to highlight. Startups do fail. We always get stuck as a professionals, but then if you transition it smartly with the strategy, which I'm going to talk with my own example, I don't think so. Success rate is dumping around 60 to 70% now, and that's why a lot of coaching businesses are coming through. And board of director, now it is now becoming a mandate by the corporate organization that there has to be one independent director from many of the companies which is going up with this, not within the family inside, or maybe for the same industry. It has to be diverse, and all those things is also there coming up very strongly. Having said that, the game here is also not going to be easy. You have to pay the price, but then there it is, power plus price. I have made this as price per piece also. Price definitely when we have a paychecks already coming, so there is a
Ma'am,
financial.
is it AI able to give water to the plants?
Sorry.
In the picture you are showing, he has a robot, something is standing and giving water. So is it
No, it is not
practically?
Robert. Don't interpret the picture. Maybe I've taken it, built. That is why you are seeing AI, because I have built this picture from AI. But this is all talking about, do you want to grow your seed with an impact, or just it's an impact and influence? So this is what this picture is talking about. It is not AI giving water to the plant. So let's not interpret, and I request people to be on mute so that we are on the time, unless you have a very specific questions on this particular picture. Not a picture, but this presentation. So when you get into this game of independent freedom, it is more of obviously initial phases. It will be uncertainty into financial state. And obviously, we are talking about big titles that may, if you want to call it, you built your own company, that's a different story. You could be a CEO and all those things. But if you are doing a freelancing and kind of a thing, that title game may not be there. So that loss, you may feel it. Decision making is like, there you have a decision, here anything and everything you have to do by your own. So at times you get saying, am I doing right, or those things. So those decision making, you feel little loneliness there as well. That's a truth. I'm talking from my own experience, but then this is the initial games that comes into picture. Lot of learning curves and not many situations where it comes, oh, I thought to be like this, and it's completely like an example. I made a picture of AI, I got it more of a humility. Oh, why the AI is giving water to the plant. So, and plus the comfort zone is being sacrificed. And you talk about your initial professional areas, that also happens. Initial phases for building anything new becomes difficult. Now with that, one is that you will be able to design your own day and destiny. Multiple income stream can do it if you smartly think about it. You can deal with your own passions and purpose. You can actually have your identity, that exactly this picture is saying. You can have an identity of yours, which is giving impact and service to the whole society. More time for family and self. May not be initially, but then as you grow up, it is all set and you are into the mode, that is very much possible. So that's how is how you can think about it. There also we spoke about price. There also what we spoke about power game. Here we are talking about price. We are also talking about peace if you are into the stage of transition. Questions at the end? Please, guys. Sneha, I've heard you. The real game here, if I have to talk about, is the mindset shift. So basically, it's not working for the survival or the income or something. It is more giving the service and significance is what is the game. And it is exactly when you have to transition majorly, you have to work on your mindset first, from the paycheck to the significance and the service. So that's how it is dealt with. Let's get ready for the real answer, Sneha. Maybe I'm able to cover your answer with the coming slides. So be little patient there. So how we will do that game? Again, I want to see the R in the box. Are you guys to see exactly step-by-step ways how I have done it? And I'll talk about my story also, what I'm doing it. Many people are aware about me, so they are little aware about it as well. So let's get started with this game. Okay. The important thing is that, and that exactly what I did it. If I want, when I started thinking about it, definitely I have to create my own legacy statement. What does that means is that who you are, what you stand for it, what you shifted in your corporate world as well, your own identity. Make sure that that statement never goes off. People will respect you and remember you for that. Make sure you create your successor, mentor them to the level and your language, not just leave the system, leave the wisdom to somebody so that they talk their language. That's important because then you will be remembered all through. Make it this journey as a celebration, not an exit kind of a thing, though it is looking at as an exit, but it is a graceful exit. So you have to build up that journey so strong so that it is being remembered and being inspired for. So when I talk about this celebration, we normally talk about our wins. I think it's very important to talk about your lessons, learnings as well, very positively, so that people can take it forward, but then talk about the lessons you have learned in the journey. So these things will make you always gracefully being remembered. I think that's the key pointer which I want to highlight. The second important thing is that don't immediately shift. Build the bridge. Basically, what I'm trying to say is understand your purpose, understand your niche, what exactly you want to do it, the way Sneha is talking about that I want to build a brand. So what brand you want to build it? Build that complete shape. Where in the coming slides, I'll talk about it. Design that entire chapter of you and then step out. So go slow with a full transition plan with a purpose, specifically highlighting this is the purpose. Some people who may be following my LinkedIn, you have seen it, I have specifically called out. This is my mission. This is how I'm doing. I specifically created an article for multiple days to show that this is what I am stepping into. And which doesn't mean I'm just leaving there, but this is another game which I'm starting so that people support me, understand me. There is a purpose behind the game. So that's exactly what I have done it, and I'm just telling you here my whole wisdom. So with this, the second thing is how to transition is the second episode, which I have completely. Okay, I'll take the questions later. A lot many questions are coming, guys. I am not getting distracted right now. So let's get to the next chapter, next episode of this chapter. Are you all ready? I want to see the ready because there's a lot of powerful knowledge which I am giving. So I really want me to be completely pumped up with your energy. So very importantly, your experience, your expertise is not just experience. Trust me, guys, that's the first important tip which I'll give you. Use your experience as your wisdom. Many people may be waiting to hear from you, learn from you. So package your entire wisdom. Obviously, you have to do a lot of homework, which I've also done it. I use the entire energy and all the experience of 20, 25 years of mine into the mentorship of people now, starting from the student age to now the professionals as well, because this is what I did through all 25 years. Many people have seen some of the movies. I think one Akshay Kumar movies there, you're chopping the potato. This is what you have built up for. So use that wisdom of yours and package into a complete model, framework, process. There are different ways to do it. And then make it as your complete survival kit to use that entire knowledge. That's the first important thing, is the message, to make a bigger paycheck from that experience itself. Thought leadership is very, very important. The packaging it. There are multiple ways to package, definitely as a process, but then write about it, speak about it, mentor, publish it in a different forum. I will talk about it, how I made the social media platforms, my visibility and different things, but the same kind of experience I am just collating and make it as, but then one signature idea of career mentorship. in a different stages and different people, different audience, there is a different needs. So you'll tweak those needs, but end of the day, I'm into one signature idea. And obviously, when you speak, publish, and everything, that's what the marketing and that's what the leadership, I will call it, as it requires a lot of effort and creativity, that how you will make yourself visible in the market. That exactly I do in my corporate world as well, to stand up into the public, doing the lectures and everything in the corporate also. Monetize your network. Don't forget about your network. And I think most of the thing, the purpose of declaring it in the LinkedIn and all, that is where my network stays, is that's what exactly you have to use your network. And that's why the most important thing which I tell is build the bridge and not make the wall. Don't leave what you had gained in last so many years, because these are the people who will be your maybe students, who will be your partners as well, who could come and join, because everybody is in that game, have learned a lot having experience. So that's are the three tricks which I want to say to earn more. Is one, don't forget what you have already earned in 25 years. That's what is going to be a game changer for you. Some tricks of mindset shift here also. There also we talk about some of the tricks, what language you have to use. Here it is more of a service language. Here it is all about customer. There also customer experience is important. Here whatever you do the service for the customer loyalty. Just think on that line, that you want to give a value to a customer, things will always fall in place. You do best in whatever you are trying to do. Your complex things has to be automated as much you can through a system, through a process, so that repetitive things have some process. And when I say automation, you not have to build up the system. You may not be a technically expert, but build up the flow and the process in such a way that everybody can follow, rather than you doing it again and again for them. Again, talk about the pains more beforehand, even talking to them. So understand the pain and the background is very important. And there the influential storytelling is important here, even bigger important, because we are dealing with pain, not numbers. Because when it comes to a business, you are servicing for whatever person is in a pain, or what is the demand. If we're not able to do in a way of telling the story which they can relate to, that becomes is the main important thing which we have to do it. Always other side is important, not your side. And obviously I think that's what I am also learning it out, and I've really seen that power. Whatever you do, I used to do one-on-ones, how I'm scaling now to build up the more of a communities. Let's make it as a community, because when it comes as a power of many people, that makes a lot of difference than a single individual. When I used to do one-on-ones, that's where it is. And obviously the clarity, what you are doing is important, building the trust, and they feel it, that you are more understanding their problem and solving their problem is important. So those tones are very, very important. That's how we do in our corporate words when we're dealing with customer, but that's game is different in the thought process of getting profits and get the customer. Here it is more of giving service. That's here the changes. Now, let me talk about my own journey, how I did it. I think a lot of examples I did on those things. As Shivani in the very beginning said, obviously, I have a 25 years of experience, and that is exactly what I'm using. I'm heading the department at IT, heading the entire IT department in India for big MNC. But now this is being shifted. This journey for me started 7 years back. In 2 years, I took it to take the certification. What is the psychology behind the coaching and mentorship? At all I learned with some of the students within my own family, that makes it, yes, this is my game. This is what I love to do it, because I always used to lose the time when I used to work with kids and talking about this. And that exactly happened to my professional life as well. When I talk and do, I was in a mode of preaching rather than leading, that how they can improve, how I can bring those my people into executive presence and all those things. So that is what is my career. So exactly, first thing is important is why was very important for me. I know my purpose, why I want to do this. I have a clear mission and vision statement is what, Sneha, I think I should be able to answer your question now. that what is exactly the your mission and vision statement, your narrative has to be very clear first. What are you going to do in that particular service is important. Package this in a how part of it. Like I've given a simple example of me when I talk about the career strategist myself as my position. I'm talking about young mind. I'm talking about curious minds of students. I'm also talking about the people who has to get into the work, and even for the mid careers, how to transition. This is one of the snippet. Otherwise, I now started taking the 2 day of session on those things as well. So that's what exactly is packaging your knowledge in a form of different audience to who you want to really cater for and what are you going to do it. That is very clear in every package for me. Then your presence in the social media is very important. I'm just giving it just for a reference, and you can definitely can see that exactly what I said. That bridge is very important. I have all my thing built into Ascent Career Compass as my presence there because that's what I want to market. But my link to the LinkedIn is always when I give it is I give Anujja Marwwaha because that's where my legacy stand. That is where my network stands. That is where my bridge is. That's an example which I'm specifically telling people who know me can really relate to it. That exactly what I did. Similar way, now I'm into the mode of okay, I've done a lot of one-on-ones, I've done a lot many mentoring like this, but then how can I scale it? So I know these are the way I can do a multiple incomes and the portfolio I can build. And for that also I have to make a presence statement for that particular forum. Like in this is an example. I'm standing here for a corporate forum. So here I'm talking to you guys. I know you guys are professionals. So what I am looking from you guys is my why is also very clear. One, obviously, I want to give the knowledge to you because it's a completely different game. I have learned it with heart and soul for sure because it was an inner calling. So it was easy for me. And if it is coming, that's why in transition phase is very, very important. If it is an inner calling, you can make it. So I'm making up the October batch, so I'm just doing it. So I don't want to do a promotion here. That's what I promised to Shivani, but I'm just trying to give my story here that this is what exactly I'm trying to get to, that this is how you can do it. I think, Sneha, you are able to get me how I am doing it. Maybe that may give answer to your questions. Now with this thing, I think I really want to thank you guys. I think I'm done with it. The only thing which I want to give a message at the last slide, which you can see it, the market is anyways shifting. It is not what is the future. It is already happening. The choice is yours. The timings are yours when you want to design your freedom path. And what is your freedom path? And I'm not denying that the corporate ladder is bad or something, but there is there is another side of a coin. Both the coins is can't compare it. Both the coins has its uh, pros and cons, but it is your inner calling where path which path you want to take it. And nobody can force upon you, but yes, there could be a force in the corporate world which can come into the picture. Now with this, may I thank you guys and open it for the questions. But before that, just a quick snippet because this whole forum, I normally do 2 day session. I squeeze it to just 1 hour. I don't know if we are just stretching it up more. No, we are on time, Shivani, for you. So,
Thank you, Anuja.
so for that,
Thank
I
you for the
definitely
presentation and sharing
okay.
of your thoughts. That was a wonderful sharing.
Yeah,
And are you ready for some quick questions? I
yeah.
want
Before that,
quick
Shivani,
answers, just
sorry to
one
interrupt.
liners. Yeah.
Sorry, I just want the people who really are into this game, like they were really with me for the 1 hour. Just tell me again. I'm very much curious, and I always keep on asking things from people. Is it an eye opener? Say it one if it is eye opener for you guys.
Ma'am. Please
Yeah,
share your contact details so I can raise my some question regarding in practical life because as I just learned in the 1 hour your speech we must start preaching for our
Okay.
professional growth and
Ma'am,
develop as
I'll
well as
share the details. She has already shared. You could have taken the screenshot, but I'll do that.
Yeah. Thank you,
Let's
Shivani.
proceed with the session.
Yeah, you can reach me over LinkedIn as well. That's the platform I normally work it out. Okay, so
I
one
do
thing,
share
1,
the
2, 3.
details.
Guys, whosoever is there, 1, 2, 3 is the numbers which I look forward to. How was the presentation? Was it an eye opener for you? The 2, if it is motivated you to get to the next level of your energy, or it is a good learning. Where you rate this presentation as of today? 1, 2, 3. Quickly, I get a quick snippet of it. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you, Rakesh. 1, okay. Thank you, Jagriti. 2, 2, okay. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, okay. And that's wonderful. It's not just a learning, and I think I will able to move it really bigger impact. That is what exactly my intention was. Thank you so much, guys. Now open for the question. Yeah, Shivani, sorry I cut you off. You want to speak out
Yeah,
something?
Anuja.
Yeah.
It's okay. So our audience might also be having a lot of questions, but before that, let us take some common questions that even our audience might be having, and with these quick answers, they might be getting a gist. So my first question is, what are some hidden truths about the corporate race that most professionals don't realize until it's too late?
Okay. So I think it is more of it is a burnout for sure. There are two phases if I have to Shivani talk about it. One phase is that you are not in the game, you are just into the title. That games do happen a lot in the cases that you got a title,
Right.
but your own decisions are not being considered. That's one phase you get into. And the second phase is the space when you are burned out. And that's what exactly is the science which I spoke about it, which zone you are into. Try and understand those particular questions, and you can give these questions to the people. If they are able to answer it deeply, these questions that will give you exactly the sense exactly we are into what state, as a burnout or it is play out.
Next
Right.
blood.
Someone has been
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ
unmuted.
ಇಲ್ಲ
I
ಅಂದ್ರು
think
ಏನ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಲ್ಲ
there is a background
ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿ
noise
ಇಲ್ಲ
which is
ಅಂದ್ರು
coming. If you can mute other people so that I can understand the
Yeah,
question
please
as
keep yourself muted unless and until you are speaking. Yeah. From your 25 years of IT experiences in leadership, what differentiates those who rise with power in the boardroom from those who stagnate? What's the major
well.
difference?
The language, the alliances. That's exactly what I spoke about. The 3 secrets: your alliances, your language, what you use it beyond the business games, beyond the revenues and all. There is a market differentiator. You stand it out for. Use your metaphors. Use at the right time, right language with the right people.
Right. Very
Ma'am,
good.
excuse me, may I please ask you something? A language, I'm sure you don't mean only the words or the jargons. What may I understand by the language over here?
Okay. So it's not word and jargons. To whom I'm talking? Sorry, I missed the name. Okay, but let me
Sneha.
answer that. Okay, Sneha. So language is that what happens is that at middle level, and that's what my full learning is, when you are at a middle level or even at a top levels, you normally talk about revenues, numbers, that what is the game for the next quarter, for the year, and for the month. That is the language we get into the management level. But when it comes to a boardroom, the language is all about market. It is all about how to build the strategies, and that's why those metaphors, those languages of the story to influence, because you are building up the business. Think about it, you are building up the business for the future. The people who are going to execute the numbers and revenue, that's different game from what you talk about the market. As Gaurav also mentioned, you cannot be an expert to your area only. If you are in a sales, you are talking numbers. If you are in IT, you are talking technologies. If you are in HR, you are talking about the behaviors of people. But when you get into the board, it is the completely different across board industries which we talk about, what is going in the market. Even the gig economy when we are talking about it, that's why these positions of advisors and all those things comes into picture. So that's how is the game is. Hope I'm able to answer a bit two of your
Yes.
questions, Neha.
Yes, I got it what
Yes,
you're trying
Anuja,
to say.
you answered a bit. And to add on this, Sneha, there is a complete science on communication, which is called NLP, Neuro Linguistic Programming, which creates the slightest of differences that we want to create and make the other person work the way we want to. There's a
Yeah.
complete science of NLP into it, so we can talk offline for it.
Okay.
How do you recognize, next question to Anuja, how do you recognize the right time to shift gears and reposition your career before burnout or stagnation hits?
Okay. I'll give you my story. When you get into more of a preaching than leading, that do happens a lot.
Right.
But yes, those signs are there. Like if it is internal ones, it is basically you have to really get your cues. And that is what I normally, when I say a mind shifts in, and then we all the leaders, if they are into with mentors, many are there in this call as well. We talk to ourselves more to understand our cues. That is very important in the morning when you start talking about to you what's happening. Why are you taking decisions? Are you taking with the fear? Every time you want to take a decision, you are not doing it freely, but you have to think for people how they're going to think about it, what is going to impact. These are the very clear signs of you are into the state of transition. And listen to yourself is exactly what my slide says. So
Right. So, next question is, what mindset shifts are essential for a transition from corporate roles to pursuing a purposeful career?
okay, I think it is important to be feeling freedom, and the mindset you have to make it more very, very positive, because you will have bottlenecks in the beginning. One is definitely because normally you think about it after mid career or something, either it is forcefully or you take your own call. Your paycheck will go off of a monthly. It is more of uncertainty. If you start feeling it negatively, things will go change. So it has to be, there is every coin has its positive angle. So for me, what worked is more towards positive. There will be failures, there will be downs, but then how you treat them as an opportunity or it is a failure, it's on you. That's what exactly the mindset game is all about.
So,
Accepting
as you
and then
rightly
go for it.
sure.
And
So,
keep yourself
as
in
you
learning
rightly
mode is
said,
important. There's a lot of people who are giving you a lot of knowledge. It's up to you that what you needed from whom, and go and learn it from it and go for it.
very true,
Be a student all time.
right.
Next कर
So,
लिया नहीं
as you rightly said, that many leaders fear losing status or income when they exit. How can they balance wealth with ease during this shift?
I think it's not an easy game, Shivani. The only thing is that uh, position yourself, which makes you really more that
चीनी डाले
status. Like for me, I use the word career strategist. To me, that strategy angle is not gone. Plus my feeling of inner calling of giving that knowledge to the people of career is important. So I mix it up. So don't defame yourself. Use your title in a different way, because exactly that's what you are doing it. It's a mind shift game that if you want, that gives you a satisfaction, because for 25 years, I've also built with titles. Can't leave it. So I built it with, and I ensured my value is also this, that title makes sense.
So, when you talk about exit with purpose, can you elaborate on it and how can a professional prepare for exit strategically rather than emotionally?
Okay. I think that's exactly in my slide, which I mentioned about the 3 step. If you want, I can get to that slide as well. Exactly, that's what I step by step myself did it. Create your legacy, build your successor, leave your wisdom, celebrate with your mission, and then go for it. And obviously, practically, you have to build the bridge. You have to build your entire chapter. I told my package is completely done. After that, I move it. I took 5 years and all, keep on learning myself, did so many session 101s first, and then build that package, because that's exactly what the students need, that exactly the professional needs. So do whole of your homework before you exit, and make sure that exit is graceful in the sense of building the bridge, not closing the chapter.
So as you say, many corporate professionals who want to start building parallel opportunities while still in their jobs without risking their stability, what would be your advice?
No, I did not get a question. Say it again, Shivani.
The question is, how can a corporate professional start building parallel opportunities while still in their jobs without risking their stability?
Okay. So the most important thing is that what you are good at, you have to find out. We call it as an ikigai. So first thing is you find out your niche also. Exactly which is the area which you can deliver best value, because the mindset is now the service, which is you are good at. Start building it up. There are multiple forums. I went to it. For me, building up a business is a new thing. So I went to the forum, how to build the business also, how to get into mindset change, plus what is the career. So I did the certification, not nationally, internationally, to make sure the psychology was important in that particular game. So during my professional life itself, I made all those skills which is important to transition to that phase. That's the important game is there. That's why built upon your chapter before you even think about moving. And it has to be purpose driven. That exactly what you're going to service.
Right. Thank you. So, what mistakes do ambitious professionals make when chasing boardroom success?
I think the mistake is that we think people are friends. Corporate world, nobody is friend. Everybody is a corporate. And obviously, when you are in a shit, nobody will pull you out. They are all friends. I will not deny that fact. They will support you. You will learn a lot. I've learned from my board members, my seniors. I'm blessed to get very strong and good bosses. But all said and done, when it is a shit game, it is you have to come out of it. Just be realistic on that. Neither the team, nobody, your bosses, nothing will come. So that's why your language has to be your own decisions. You have to take it out. That's a very strong learning we should understand. So I think some of the people.
Right, Anujja. So, what would be your one advice to someone in big career aiming for the boardroom?
One advice, if I have to give it, listen to yourself. Have a clarity of your own thoughts is very important. I live with that principle. And that's exactly what I do in the first foundation course, which I have built up, be it a student, be it a professional, be it even a person in a boardroom itself. First is the clarity of yourself. What are your strengths? What is who you are meant for? And though this forum is not there, I do have a numerology, so which I have done the numerology, so I know the path which you are going, so that if it aligns, if your inner thing is you are aware about it, your value system, your strength, that's what exactly is the message.
And what daily practices or frameworks can help professionals stay aligned with growth, happiness, and purpose while pursuing success?
I think I had your voice is cut. So if you don't mind, can you?
I'll repeat. So, what daily practices or frameworks can help professionals stay aligned with growth, happiness, and purpose while pursuing success?
Okay. So I think for me, writing a goal is very, very important exercise. I do it. I have my 1 year goal, 5 year goals, but I have a daily things, what I want to achieve. And that's a ritual I give it to my students as well, that write it down as you open up early in the morning. First thing, give 15 minutes to yourself. There are 4 rituals I always talk about it. Always follow that. And I do a lot of visualization. If I want to achieve this goal, just visualize it that you're already there.
So having clarity and goals are essential, but having an action plan and taking one at a time is very essential for any kind of.
So daily goals, that is what exactly. What you want to do, 3 top things for today is important. For me, giving this presentation is important. Then I have to prepare for this session. So what I want to achieve at the end of this today is important. Unless you write it down, and I really, really promote that, write it down in the paper in the very beginning of the things and visualize your success always. There is a video, what we have learned it out, we always see daily to visualize our
Last,
success.
thank you. So lastly, I would like to know any specific book that has impacted you and your life, that has the highest impact on you.
Okay, for me, I had a hit of a boardroom itself, that language. Because for me, language game was more about numbers, and that's why when somebody asked me a language, I'll give you the entire language book I have written it about that what to speak. Because unless you don't know the news, what is latest happening, what is happening in the market, for me that was a shift which I learned very hard, at least to me. When I get into a boardroom, it was different from just the number game what we have heard.
Thank you, and I hope audience might be having questions. So let us go ahead for the audience questions.
Yes. Guys, I have given my number and even the LinkedIn ID to touch upon me. It's a WhatsApp number, and Shivani can give you more details around it. I'm
Right.
not able to note anybody's number, guys. If you really want to be in touch, you can. But just WhatsApp. Thank you so much for the wonderful time, and hope I am on time. Try to do the justice within 1 hour. Thank you so
Right.
much, guys. Bye for now.
Thank you,
Happy
Anujja.
weekend.
So let us take a few questions from the audience, Anuja.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So
It's a
anyone
Saturday
having
thing. I'm
questions
pretty
can raise your hands and go ahead one by one. You can stop screen share. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dhanushri. Yeah.
Yeah, hi Anuja. Thank you
Hi,
for the wonderful
Dhanushri.
presentation. And it was so, we could relate to what points you were sharing. And I think even from your experience also, something the next level that you have shared is very visible or very, relatable, I'll say. We can resonate with it. The point you were saying about, hearing for your calling. I think that is something we are not able to understand what is our next step. I mean, burnout is something which you rightly spoke about that's going on. So in the transition phase. However, calling is not coming. And journaling
Okay.
probably I'm not doing. You're right. I think probably that I need to start, right? Writing your goal consciously, but
Yes.
how
The
how
why
was
has
your
to be very
calling?
important,
What
Dhanushri, and
not?
we can definitely talk offline. You have spoken to me specifically earlier also. But exactly that's what you are good at, what you are exactly meant for is what will come when you start writing your own character and what you want to be as a second character is very, very important. And start writing about your fears, start writing about your strengths. These are the two things. You know who you are, what you are good at, and what you know, what is holding you back. If you know both of the things, you just have to go away with this, turn it into this particular things, and it's all start thing coming up. And it's not an easy exercise. It's take for people ages.
Very true. True. I completely agree. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other further questions? Yes,
Yes.
Saurabh.
Yeah, sure. So Anuja, only one question. Of course, I can ask you offline also. We know each other well. So
Yeah.
one thing
Yeah. Tell
that
me. Tell me.
taking the step, so that is the most courageous part. So how you made, because we know you are at the top leadership position where people dream of reaching someday, and you reach quite early. And normally people want to sustain, because reaching to that highest package, highest legacy, highest brand, it takes courage to leave from that and transition to something new. So how you made that decision?
Even I, a very interesting question. Thank you for asking, Gaurav.
Yeah.
No, I think what happened in one day, it's actually to me, what happens with that is what is my line. When you start doing preaching more than leading, it happened to me really. And that's what opened up my mind. And people are literally, even if I'm thinking about, okay, I was not able to, for this 1 year in the news organization, trust me, I was not able to do the work, but more of a preaching because it's like very down people were. And lifting up was very, very important because the department was literally going very down. And I have to speed up. I actually made the mindset shift for the people there. That exactly made me think this is what my niche is. This is what I'm good at all through. And that's what then I look back, it is more of that's exactly what I did it. And I think that's where the inner calling came in. And I'm still telling you that fear of losing that paycheck is there. I will not deny that to the whole entire public. But then I know that attitude, we all know that. If we think we can't fail, right? We all know that.
Sure. No, thanks,
It's
Anuja.
just a
And I think
matter of
inner
time.
calling, yeah, inner calling, which you said, I think very, very important. Sometimes we not even get to reach to that level, inner calling. If we get, then
Exactly.
yeah, we should follow the dream.
Yes.
Even I will be
Yes.
very open. One of the coach I was discussing, and I started with something else, and after so many 7 or 8 calls, I reached to some other conclusion. No, I totally don't need all which I asked you. Let's change the game. So.
It happens. It happens. It happened to me, and I'm fortunate that with the change, I got that much message very clearly because I went into the boardroom and that language was difficult for me. I'll be honest, but I learned it, and it was a very good learning. And I think that language I want to utilize, and I think I went in that zone itself. Gaurav, I know you know me. I actually changed the job to learn that language only, and that's why from a service industry to the product industry because I want to be sitting there building the business. I went with that mindset itself.
Mhm. Got it. Thank you so much, Anuja. Great
Thank
session.
you.
Thank you.
Any other
Thank you,
questions,
Gaurav.
Shivani?
Yeah, that was that's what I was
Anuja,
saying.
Anuja, hello, can you
Yes,
hear me?
Kalpesh.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yeah,
Kalpesh.
Anuja. So I was totally excited with the story which you just now told about that how you change yourself from the service industry to a product based industry. So this paradigm shift is not cannot be done in a single day or within an hour. Okay, it might take some years of experiences, and after coming into some conclusions, then only you shift it out. So what
Yes,
makes
yes.
your mind and how you had make overcome those barriers or something? Any bottlenecks were there? Were there any impediments which came into your pathways, and how you were able to overcross those things? Over to you.
So, Kalpesh, to answer this question, just a simple word is positive mindset. And how you built it up, that I told you. One is that you know your strength, you start knowing that, and writing always help, journaling always help in that. And second is what are your fear? There is one more mentor which told me, I think I had 150 listed down all the fears. And how to cut them out and change into a positive language was the thing which I did it for continuously for so many months first. And then I said, okay. And fear today also is there, Kalpesh. It's not like that. How you want to change your story is important. In that fear, how you change it into a strength. Okay, this fear, if even if this fear, there is a one video I have built it. Even if this fear is there, then what will happen if you live with that? Keep on having 5 whys behind that fear, and you will see that you will be able to turn it out. And obviously, it's not a small journey. Even if when I went from a service industry to product, it was a conscious call. I have prepared for that, and why I want to do was very clear to me, and that's why I wanted able to do it. Because when your why is clear and you are start preparing for it, you will get it. And it took good 1 year to get to that shift.
I would like to add here. So there's a technique that I do follow. Just list down your fears and imagine the worst case scenario. What
Yeah,
can be the worst thing, and then just overcome it and do your best and think exactly opposite. What
exactly.
if
Change the language.
my fear never comes alive?
Yes.
That's only a fear. That's only an imaginary thing.
Yep. Yep.
And the
Yep.
situation will be totally different. This I learned while preparing for my CA exams from my mentor, and I was not ready to like give both the groups of CA examinations. And that's where he said, "What will be the worst thing? You'll get zero, right? You'll not get any
Exactly.
negative markings or something like that." And
Yes.
this thing, and post that, even from my inner depths, I was not ready to skip for one group. I wanted to give both groups, and luckily I do cleared both the groups in the first attempt. And that was where I learned this learning. Recognize your fear and then take action with your best efforts, best things. You never know, your fear will never, whatever you reimagine, it never happens the same way. So this is
Thank you,
one
Shivani,
of the
for the
things I do
experience,
apply today
definitely.
as well. Yeah.
Yes.
It would be helpful.
That's the
for
only
me.
way to do it, to overcome.
Right.
Fear will not stop. Fear will never stop it,
But
whatever stage we
recognizing
get
and
into.
understanding what we are fearing is important.
Yes.
Anujja, what is the importance of fear?
Unless you don't have a fear, you will not have an opportunity to grow.
So how to embrace fear?
Sorry?
How to embrace the fear? इसको गले कैसे लगाना? How to hug the fear?
पॉजिटिव कर दो उसी fear को.
Don't go over it.
अभी जैसे मेरा fear है paycheck का है. So आप इसको ये सोच लो, इससे बड़ी paycheck आएगी. मेरी पूरी presentation यही भरी हुई है कहने के लिए कि ये paycheck तो 5 साल मैंने क्या किया था ऑफिस में. जब initially when I started my professional, what was my first 5 years? Say it will go off. So why are you fearing? You have done the best there. Also, you will do even better because now you are experienced to do that.
So till you don't embrace the fear, you cannot go over it.
You cannot go away with it. Yes. Love your fear. That's going to step you out of the comfort zone, that step you out of to go bigger.
There's nothing like called fear. There's something that is going in your psychology.
Exactly. Thank you, Hirani.
It's only a mindset shift, and I am remembering with Hirani sir's talk one more instance from my life. When I was about to be a mother, I was going for the OT, and I was fearing pain and everything. So the nurse who was nursing, she said, "You are going to be a mother," and just this sentence changed everything.
Yes, exactly. Change it to
So
a positive language.
like
Exactly.
mindset shift that we all need.
Yes.
What will be the situation on the other side?
And trust me, having a
And
fear
it's
is a
rightly
good
said,
feeling.
right? It's rightly said, your dreams lie on the other side of the fear.
Yes. Okay, I'm Mountain Dew की ad भी है ना?
डर के आगे
Right.
जीत
डर के आगे जीत है.
डर के आगे जीत है. Right.
I just
Yes,
have one
Dhanush.
question.
Yes.
Yeah. Anuja, I think when you talked about, I learned it in a hard way, the board language, can you just give some tips, how to learn that board language? That would really
आपको
help.
मेरे से पर्सनल बात कर लो, Dhanushri, I'll tell you all of the language. No, but in short, I think market language is important. Getting into the news daily, what's happening is important because then you can relate any topic to that and that becomes a wow moment. That's what I learned. And today also I feel it, reading news was the key thing. And knowing your industry, your market and across the industries is very important.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you.
What to say, it is hard.
Hard because I'm not used to reading to the news and all those things.
No, you have done it. Other people who want to do it, stop saying it is hard. Start doing it.
Yes.
Take the
Thank
first.
you, Rani. Yep.
I think there's no rocket science for it, but you have to update yourself on a daily or regular basis, or probably you should be in touch with the market trends, right?
Yes.
Things
We
you
all have a superpower in self, in us, Kalpesh. It's more of that we have not realized it.
Anujja, when you take first step, things will fall in place.
Yes.
Don't take first step.
Yeah.
Thank you,
So
sir.
we are
Thank you,
already on
Anuja.
time, 8:31. So
Yeah,
we are
it's
good, Shivani,
8:31.
to close it off.
Good to close.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
I
you.
wish
Thank you
all
so
out
much.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Making these
presentation.
sessions
professionals stay
successful.
healthy.
And
Bye.
thank you, Anuja.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
Thank you.
Anuja, for your time, sharing with all your knowledge with all of us.
Thank you.
Have a blessed weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Next Saturday.